assemble your Contrology Cadillac, you'll need something sharp to open all the packaging and 2 Allen wrenches, which are included in your kit. This is Kayleen.
Hey, Kayleen.
Hey, Ken, how's it going?
Good, how are you doing?
It's pretty good, yeah. I don't know. How you doing? You ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
All right.
All right.
Here we go.
All right, ready.
Live from the BB Garage. It's the Contrology Cadillac.
Unboxing, getting it ready to go. This is exciting. This is our first video with Contrology, and we're really excited to show it to you. So let's get this guy going here. Let's get the show on the road.
All right, let's get it unboxed.
Let's go. Okay. Cell phone off?
Cell phone off.
All right, what do we do first, Kayleen?
All right, the first thing we need to do is to take everything out of the box. This is a heavy box.
All right.
So we're gonna have to get a little tricky here.
Got
So
it.
this box has a lid over it. Your box may or may not look exactly like this one because this is so new, but it will look very similar. So we need to take the lid off the box.
Okay.
I see some staples in here though. You have any safety tips?
I do have safety tips on staples.
Yes.
And we're going to pull this box apart. The staples are going to stick out and they can cut you. So when you're pulling the box apart, be really careful to not run your hands over the staples because they're sharp and they can cut you. It's not even a bad idea to get those gloves that you see wearing on home video TV and stuff and wear those at this point so you don't get paper cuts, so you don't get staples in your hand. This is the big safety tip for this video is watch out for this stuff.
Yep, yep. All right.
All right?
I'm going to start on this end. Why don't you start on that end?
Okay.
Going from the bottom here.
All right. Okay.
There we go. All right, let's see if this lifts right
Ready?
off.
All right. Should we take it away?
Yeah, let's slide it out.
Let's
over
go. Okay, I'm back. Okay, what do we got here?
All right, so this is the base of the Cadillac, and it's really heavy, like I said. So our strategy is going to be to flip it on its side and slide it out onto the floor. So we don't actually have to lift it 2.5 feet in the air.
I'm up for that.
Okay, so let's get some stuff out of here first.
All right.
What should we be looking for when we're taking packaging out of a big box like this?
Oh, the first thing is there anything inside the spacer boxes?
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes there are little parts hidden in there, and we don't want to miss them.
All right.
All right. Go
Ready?
ahead. Ken's got the sharp edge.
Sharp edge. Don't cut yourself.
Or the upholstery.
Yes.
Always want to be careful.
All right. Done.
There's something in this box.
Something in that box?
Ken, you want to open that up, see what's in
I
it?
do. Let's check this out here. And it is
Some accessories.
some accessories.
We can talk about those in a bit.
Okay,
You
I'll
wanna
put
them on
those
the table?
right here. And we have
The Kuna Board.
all right, we'll put that aside and open it later.
Sounds
right?
good. Yep.
Okay. And that's it.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right. So, we're about to tip it over on the side, so it's really important that you make sure that you're not going to damage your floors or the equipment when you do that. So this floor is really nice, right, Ken, because it's cushy. But if you don't have a cushy floor, maybe you have a hard floor or you're really worried about it, it's always good to put down some old yoga mats or like some towels or blankets to protect the floor and then to protect the apparatus, right?
Exactly.
What else should we be careful about when we slide this thing out of the box?
Well, we're going to really make sure that wherever direction that we're sliding the Cadillac, we want to make sure that we don't slide it or drag it over any staples. So I'm going to do a little inspection on the side of this box, make sure that there's no staples that are sticking out or sticking through, because we are going to drag it. You're going to see that in a minute, and when we drag it, we're going to make sure that we're not going to drag it over any staples.
Yes, yes. So the corner of the box over here and over there have some staples, but they're not going to be underneath the apparatus. So we'll just keep an eye on them.
Okay.
All right, you ready to tip?
Let's tip it.
Okay, we're going to tip forward.
Ready?
Watch your fingers.
Watch my toes.
And your toes. My
All right.
toes. There we go.
Okay.
Actually, Ken, could we just continue tipping it and then lift the box up?
There's no reason why we can't.
Let's do that.
All right. So the only thing we have to worry about is when I tip it to make sure my toes or my hands aren't underneath this.
Yes, because
Right?
it is heavy.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I'm going to take my hands that way.
All right. There we go.
All right.
And like a magic trick.
I'm liking this.
Woohoo!
Ta-da!
That was so easy.
Yeah, I like
right.
that. Let's get this out of here.
Yeah.
All right. What a piece of cake.
Look at that. Let's scoot it
Okay.
back a little bit here, Ken.
All right, ready?
Okay, we've got lots of packaging we need to
All right.
remove.
I'm going to cut this stuff, but I'm going to be really careful not to cut the frame.
Yep. If you're using a sharp blade, make sure you're not going to drag it up against the frame or the upholstery. Can I borrow that blade? Thank you.
Okay,
All right.
ready to go.
This looks pretty good here.
Looks good to me.
Yep,
I see lots of eye bolts on this side.
yep, you do.
And
So this, we've actually got it facing backwards.
Yeah.
Right? So this is a really cool Cadillac design because it, what, new nickname,
It's
toy
got
box.
this secret toy box.
It does. So this actually lifts up, but right now it's zip tied. So let's flip this around,
Okay.
cut the zip tie, and then we'll dive into the
Okay.
the other box.
We'll get these sticks out of the
Oh,
way.
yes.
They're not included, but we just put them there so we can get our fingers underneath the box.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Let's go clockwise.
Clockwise. I'm going to lift this guy. Okay, ready?
Get your shins. There we go.
Okay.
And then got some scissors. So you can see that the zip tie is dangling underneath here. So we're going to grab some scissors, cut the zip tie right here. All right. Ken, you want to show them how it opens up? This is just so
Yeah,
cool.
so this is so cool. So this Contrology Cadillac has this really cool feature, which is an optional feature, which is something that I've always really wanted to do. And what happens is it's got storage inside of it, okay?
Look at how easy that is.
It's very cool. This is what's left of that zip tie. We'll get rid of that, right?
Yeah.
But that's it. So you can put all your stuff in here, right? You know, you could put
It's going to
in,
make your studio look so clean.
you could declutter, right? You could do anything. So anyway, here it is. This is what we're calling the toy box. You can put your 86-year-old Aunt Matilda in there if you like.
Woo, Ken!
No, I don't go there. But anyway, it's just a cool thing is, and if this is something that you like when you order your Contrology Cadillac, make sure you ask for the toy box.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Ready for that?
Let's put it down.
All right.
And we'll grab this other box and bring it to the front
Okay.
to open it up.
Got it. Okay.
All right, Ken, let's unbox all the stuff that's in here.
I'm ready. So we got the base ready. That's in place. Take the top off.
Find out what our canopy looks like.
All right. Okay,
So
ready?
this one's gonna work just like the other box, right?
Yeah.
Staples, avoid those paper cuts. Okay, I'll slide this over here.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so we've got lots of little stuff in here.
Now, you told me there was something about the packaging that this may not be exactly the same box that comes
This
in.
is a prototype box,
Yeah.
so that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
So this is different than other canopies that you guys make,
Yeah.
right? So your packaging at home may look slightly different, but
Little
in
bit.
general, it's all the innards are going to look like this, right? With all this amazing support system.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so what we got in here? This looks like the trapeze. So because there's upholstery on here, notice that I just ripped it apart like Christmas morning. That's because I don't want to take a knife anywhere near this vinyl. What else you find over there, Ken?
Check this out.
Ooh, those are some nice looking springs. These look like the light and heavy arm springs. So put those right up there.
And then we've got more springs.
More springs. Those look like heavy leg springs.
Okay.
I've got
Springs.
some push-through bar springs.
And
What's that? A rollback bar. Awesome. Nice and wide. We've got safety chains in here.
snaps.
Snap clips. Yep, those are going to be important.
And
Those are for the push-through bar springs.
Got
So
it.
those bottom sprung springs, and then there's also some loops in there. All those beautiful handles. Love them. Love them so much. Okay, so that's the easy stuff.
that's the easy stuff.
Yeah. Now we need to break some of these zip ties. You ready for that?
Okay,
All
ready?
right, have at it.
Just, I'll leave that there.
Ah, yes, with the push-through bar.
Yeah.
Smart. So Ken's just left one of these little zip ties holding the push-through bar between these two poles, which I think is probably pretty smart so the push-through bar doesn't swing away when we lift this out. Okay, let's go ahead and lift this, and we can just slide it right here in front. There we go.
Okay.
Okay. And then we've got the very top of the canopy. Why don't we lift it and tip it and lean it up against here?
Yeah, ready?
Great.
Okay.
And then the other two poles. These are heavy, super solid. Let's go ahead and put them right there. Okay, double
Okay.
check. We got anything left in here?
I think we got it.
All right, let's
Ready?
get this box out of the way.
All right.
Let's put the canopy on the base.
You got it.
Okay.
All right.
Shall we start with the push-through bar side?
Let's start with your side because then
Mine's
our-
easier.
Scott can show how everything goes together.
All right, so I've got two individual poles, and I know they go on this side because if I'm opening the toy box right here, right, so it flaps up, then the right side as you're facing it is the push-through bar. Another way to know that this is where your individual tubes go, not the push-through bar, is because this side has eye bolts both on the top and on the bottom of the end of the frame. Push-through bar side doesn't.
Piece of cake.
All right, so we do need a couple of screws. So I believe you've got a little baggie of hardware in there, magic hardware. So these poles are gonna slide in. Make sure you don't hit your ceiling. I've definitely done that before. They're gonna slide in, and on the side here, we've got 2 holes drilled into the tubes. Those 2 holes are going to face outward, so they line up with the holes on the receivers. Now, oh, sorry, I thought you were handing that to me.
Oh, I am handing it to you. Here you go. We have
All right.
parts here, right?
Yes. So we've got some screws that look like this. All right, we're gonna slide them into the holes. So it might take a little bit of finagling. I'm gonna have to lift this tube up just a tiny bit, and I'm gonna start the screw by hand. It's up top here, Ken.
Okay, got it.
Let's see. All right. So these should not, you shouldn't have to force these in.
Yeah, give me a little
Can-
jiggle there.
Can you hang on and take yours out for a second?
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna align the top hole here, but screw in the bottom hole. Because once I stick that screw in, I can't see where I'm going. So then I just use that top one as a guide.
Nice approach.
Now you can put that top one in there, Ken.
Got it, okay.
Yep. And there should be an Allen wrench in that little bag.
Allen wrench.
Go ahead. We'll go ahead and leave these screws a tiny bit loose and tighten them all up at the very end once we've got the whole canopy assembled.
There we go.
Wonderful. All right, I'm going to do the same thing to the other tube here.
I got the screws. Up, down, anything? Or is
Give it a
going-
little jiggle. Let's see. There we go. Perfect. Did you see that? Sometimes a little jiggle helps get those screws to go in to find the threads.
A jiggle and a wiggle?
A jiggle and a wiggle. All right. Thank you. All right, we've got those tubes in.
Okay,
I know we're gonna need this on the other side.
all right.
All right, so
Here
we're gonna
are
grab our hardware.
Here are the screws.
We're getting ready, yep, getting ready for the push-through bar side. All right, so why don't you go ahead and stand up the push-through bar side. I'm gonna cut that final zip tie for us.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Ready?
Ready. So again, watch your ceilings. And Ken's gonna make sure that the holes on the tubes are facing outward, again, to line up with the holes on the receivers.
I see the holes.
Got the one. Excellent.
Now, I'm being really careful not to jab the upholstery.
Yes.
And get the tubes right into the holes.
If you're like struggling with the weight of this, I definitely recommend getting some help, because sometimes if you're at the maximum of your strength, you can't have as much finesse, right? So you definitely want to protect your brand new equipment from good intentions. Okay, let's do the same thing on this side as we did
Okay.
on the other side with those
All right.
screws.
It's actually easier if I just hold this like this and just lift it.
Standing up,
Yeah.
okay?
And then I found out with most Cadillacs is once you hold these tubes in to hold them in place, you can kind of cock them to one side, and it's easier to hold them up.
Okay.
So tell me when.
All right, go down just a little bit more. There, a tiny bit more down. Oh, a little bit up. not working as well, Ken.
Not working as well?
No.
All right, so how about I'm going to come around and I'm going to put my hand on the base.
Okay.
So let's go this way and then deal.
All right, we've got the
Right.
vertical tubes installed.
All right,
It's time for the canopy.
okay.
Now, the canopy also has an orientation. Do you know what that trick is? Do you know how to tell? bet you
I
can figure it out.
think it's going to be,
It's a little brain teaser.
we've got a middle hook here.
You got
a
it.
secret middle hook that nobody knows what it's for, right? It's for the safety chain, right?
It's for the safety chain.
Got it, goes over
Yep,
here.
you
All
got
right.
it.
Let's get middle hook.
All right, this is definitely a two-person job. We're gonna have to lift it up.
Ready? Upper body strength. Okay.
If you're short, you can always stand on the Cadillac, right?
Yeah. I'll get yours in first.
I'm on
You're in?
on that back corner, yeah.
Okay.
So we might need to move. There we go.
And I get this guy in.
Whoops. Oh, I'm no longer in. Here we go. There's one. And the other one.
In a good shape. Okay, great.
Ta-da! Okay, so it's all assembled now, but we need to tighten all the screws, right? We need to make sure it's square and tighten everything down so it can't just be lifted off again. So we're going to take that same Allen wrench
Okay.
and go around.
Go around and tighten these guys here, right? So it's really all these ones that are down here, the bottom one.
Yep, we're securing the top rectangle to the vertical tubes. Now, when you're tightening over on here on this push-through bar end, Ken, I just want to give a little tip. Make sure that when you're tightening these, the push-through bar still swings nice and free and easy. That's great. Now, how tight should I be tightening these set screws, Ken?
You know, I usually make them just a little firm in the beginning, and then I just make sure everything's great. And then when everything works good, fits well and everything, then I tighten them down hard.
All right,
Yeah.
so we've got our 4 upper ones tightened. Let's move on to the bottom ones.
I'm ready. Okay.
Oh, different
Good.
size.
Okay. And these can be pretty tight here.
Yep. All right. It's pretty sturdy.
Very sturdy.
Okay, let's get all these little accessories hooked up.
Okay.
How about that?
Let's
So
go.
the first one I see we aren't going to use, but I think these are pretty cool that
They are
they're
cool.
included. These are little foot pads, and they're cut to the shape of
Mm-hmm.
the feet. Now, why are these included, Ken?
2 reasons. But the big reason is that people's floors are cockeyed. And there really is no truly perfectly straight floor. So with these guys, you can add these underneath the foot or the feet, 8 foot or lots of feet, depending on how you want to do it, of your Cadillac. And it will kind of level things out. It'll also keep it from sliding a little bit if you're on some slippy surface. And so you can put one underneath 1 foot, you can put one under each foot, you can put 2 under 1 foot, whatever it takes to make your Cadillac level.
Yes, that's pretty awesome.
Yes.
Don't want them to be rocking around
Yes.
during a session. All right,
There
I'm
you
going to
go.
put that back in there.
Got it.
Put that off to the side. Should we put some of these accessories on here, Ken?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to start with a trapeze?
Yeah, let's start with the trapeze.
All right.
It's ready.
It's ready to go.
Yeah. It's got these cool sleeves on it, right?
Right.
They just hook on, right?
Right there.
And I've seen this most of the time. Just hook directly onto that.
Excellent.
Okay?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
We've got some leg springs here. All right. So I'm going to grab a couple dog clips, snap clips, double-ended clips. I've heard these called all sorts of things.
And you know what they're really called? Oh, check out these neck-down springs.
That's pretty awesome.
Yes. The actual real name for these things is called a double-ended harness snap.
Harness snap.
Harness snap.
All right.
But you can call them a dog clip. You can call them whatever you want.
Yep. All right. So those are going to go on one end. Yeah.
Okay.
And then these go here. Okay. What else do we have? We've got some push-through bar springs. Now, tell me about these springs here, Ken.
Okay.
We're going to have some snaps on them, but on some end, right?
Yeah. So these we'll get a snap on one end, and then they're going to live on the reformer on the other end, right?
So one of those is going to go up top.
Up top, right? Okay.
And I'll add a snap clip down here for the push-through bar. Now, the bottom springs, they've got a couple sleeves, right? So should we put those on first?
I think so.
All right, so go ahead, hold them over here so
we
everyone
can see. Okay.
Yep,
All right, there's one.
there's one.
There's two. It just kind of fits right in there like that.
Okay,
All right. And then they go onto here. And these things down here are really just to protect the upholstery.
yep, so when
Right.
you bring that spring up and over, you're not gonna rub off the pad. And those get clips on the bottom of those springs, right?
They do.
All right, we've got a rollback bar. Rollback bar and some springs here. We've got arm springs and rollback bar springs here. So let's start with these.
More dog clips.
More dog clips, 2 for you. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 on here. Why don't you hook those things up? You know where they go? Right up there. And then I'm just going to make sure these face outward, and I'll hook them right up to here. Thank you. Excellent. And then we have arm springs. Those are going to hang right behind those leg springs.
Thank you.
All right, we've got some leg loops, leg straps. Put these on the leg springs, like so. And then these lovely leather handles. Now these are the standard handles, but I do know you guys have an upgrade available.
Yeah, we have the wire ones.
The wire ones,
Yeah.
Those are
and
pretty awesome.
They're very cool, I know. Yeah. Very original. But I don't think anybody has the really original contoured wooden handles.
Okay. Foot strap.
Foot strap.
Belly strap. So I always get this buckle mixed up, Ken, but I know you've got a method to this madness.
I have a method to the madness, yes.
All right. I'll thread
Okay.
this under for you.
Okay. You grab this, and so it's not twisted.
Yep.
Okay. And I'll show you how this thing goes. When it's all closed up, it looks like this. And you want this strap to come through the bottom one, right? So the teeth are on the top, all right? Come around the top, and then you go back through the buckle here. And this thing should be really tight,
Yeah.
okay? And when you're opening this, you can actually back this off until this loop stops, and then you've got enough room to open up the toy box, okay? And then when you want to tighten it, you just pull the strap tighter. It's easier to pull it through, and then by pulling this bottom part down. And all you got to do is play with this, right? And if you get it right, it doesn't slip at all, and if you get it wrong, it slips really easily. So you know that it works, okay?
Yep.
It's pretty simple.
So if you're not sure, just give it a tug.
Yep.
You'll know right away.
And then it's going to all hide underneath.
Yep.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
so the last thing on this end, Ken, are the eye bolts,
Got it.
right?
Can't forget the eye bolts.
When this is shipped, there are not eye bolts already installed. So we're going to put these in on the other side.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you that one. And I'm going to go around the front here. You can do the back one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to go clockwise. Thread this eye bolt in. And when you can't go anymore by hand, you can take a long skinny thing like an Allen wrench, a long Allen wrench or a screwdriver. Thread it through the eye of the eye bolt and turn it until it's vertical so it matches the other eye bolts, just like that. It doesn't have to be like super, super tight. It needs to not move, but you don't need to like break a sweat trying to tighten it so much. All right? Okay, I think this end is all set. We've got just 2 more things to talk about.
Yeah.
Safety chains. I'm gonna move this out of the way. Slides so easy. Look at that. Okay. So we've got some chains over here. We should have 2 long ones and a little shorty. And you'll notice on all of them, they've got a quick link on one side and a snap clip or a harness clip on the other. So we're going to use the quick link to put them on the eye bolt because we don't really ever take them off the eye bolt. There we go. And then tighten that up. And then if you need to get your push-your bar out of the way, it's super easy with your chain, just like that. The other 2, Ken, I'm going to give you one, and I'll
walk
do
around
one.
behind you?
Yeah. So our other ones, we're going to put, right, our quick snap clips at the bottom and the quick links at the top, and they're going to go on the outer eye bolts over here. There we go. So now when you need a safety chain during a push-through bar exercise, you've got options. I'm just going to clip this up out of the way. Up there.
I'll do the same.
Great. So we've got one more package to open. This makes me geek out a little bit,
Yeah.
Ken. This is the Kuna Board. So if you put it up against your poles over here, this actually has some magnets in it. How cool is that, right? So
Gotta
it
do something
stays
really
up,
cool.
it doesn't fall over. They're not like super strong, so you can still put it wherever you need to, but you can see the straps kind of sticking to it, right? So this is also great if you want to get multiple boards and stack them up. They won't tip over. I just think that's such a cool little touch that you guys did. Okay, so I think this thing is ready for a session.
I think it is. It's all ready.
Yeah, I'm totally ready for a session too.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for joining us here today in the BB Garage. If you need more videos like this one, you can check them out at pilates.com/bbgarage. We'll see you there.
Thank you.